Recently, a massive Roblox game was exposed for pulling a Meep City basically, and removing all moderation in their game, allowing some of the most degenerate Roblox avatars known to man to basically be allowed in, and for kids to be exposed to vile plus content and not safe work. This was highlighted in a Google document making the rounds in the Roblox community right now, in which exposes the popular Roblox game Robloxian High School, which is one of the biggest games on the platform with over 1 billion visits. Ruben Sim recently made a tweet stating, "The document showing all of the horrifying safe work avatars on Robloxian High School should be a wake-up call to all the developers that they can't rely on Roblox moderation to fix their game. If money is an issue, they should just find volunteers to clean things up." And then he states here, "This has some really bad stuff in it, you have been warned." So basically, for those who don't know, basically Robloxian High School has a very sophisticated avatar editor in which basically allows people to pretty much create any avatar they want in the game and customize it in any way they would like. And they used to have in-game moderation until two moderators allegedly abused their power, and the owner of the game, called Userings, basically refused to re-establish moderation into the game, thinking Roblox's moderation can do the work for him, and the absence of moderation therefore has allowed an unmitigated amount of degenerates and weirdos into the game. Because remember, Meep City is gone now, but went down the same path Robloxian High School is seeming to go down, and the owner, Alex Neutron, was basically fully aware what was happening in the game and pretty much did nothing to prevent sexual degeneracy from running rampant. For the extended time period of 5 years, in which due to his inaction and ineptitude to actually ensure that the game remains appropriate for the predominantly child audience the game appeases to, has essentially exposed hundreds of thousands of children to some of the most deplorable assets. Literal uncensored images of genitalia, which also made it through Roblox moderation, to full-on sex parties with what are most likely children. Meep City parties, a huge pillar of what allowed Meep City to remain popular for all these years, was a completely unmonitored, unregulated game in which housed virtual child with children engaging in specific acts in these games. Up until a lot of media actually covered the subject, such as BBC News, and Roblox then eventually took action, basically forcing Alex Neutron to remove the party feature entirely. And Ruben Sim even highlighted in another tweet that if they sweep this under the rug with the same carelessness as Alex Neutron, they can expect to have the same damage done to their reputations. Now basically the document goes into a lot of detail about mismanagement and the pure amount of horrible stuff being allowed into the game, with users making anatomically correct horse, you know what, or somehow managing to make pretty realistic human genitalia and Roblox avatars, and this stuff was running rife. I mean, there is literally so many screenshots provided of the open sex degeneracy in another document, with even people throwing sex parties, and the game was pretty much turning out to be Meep City 2.0. Even a certain German person's avatar was being created, and there were even bypass decals of some of the most disgusting stuff, like I can't even show it. Well, basically keep in mind, despite everything that was going on, one member of the Robloxian High School team suggested all they needed was to make a script to ensure that banned users who were banned for obviously breaking the rules, such as like sexual degeneracy and making inappropriate avatars, basically didn't have the ability to circumvent the ban and reuse the exact same disgusting avatar models again. However, of course, this fell on deaf ears, and Userings still refused to incorporate moderation back into the game itself, and still believed Roblox's own moderation was suitable enough to deal with the problem, showing blatant irresponsibility and negligence, the same shared by users such as Alex Neutron. And when confronted about the situation, Userings basically brushed it off and told them to message Rachel about the situation. And Rachel basically just reiterated how they were all focusing on other games and other ventures, therefore moderation for Robloxian High School was not the top priority, and they basically just blabbered on about how Roblox's own moderation will help the game, when we all know it f***ing won't. And of course, as shown in the screenshots here, Userings still pretty much aired anyone and brushed them off, and he did this over a long period of time too. He just consistently ghosted everyone who talked to him about the subject. And when eventually he did feel like it was time to address his shitty moderation problem in his game, he basically stated, RHS, which is Robloxian High School, had no moderation for years and it was fine. And then someone else states here, but it isn't now, and you should check avatar report. These avatars are why we need moderation. And in another screenshot batch here, someone else states, moderators need to moderate, not leave it to Roblox to sort out, which is based, like this person's literally speaking the truth. And Usering states in a reply, moderating is Roblox's job actually. They take a huge cut of our revenue for platform support and moderation. Then Samayan states, it is Discord's responsibility to moderate the server then, and Usering states, no, because they're a different platform. And in another message, Usering states, because right now there are no tools, and the problem is larger than what a team of people can fix. And Cool Fredbear 2005 states, you yourself remove the moderation tools. And we all know how terrible Roblox's moderation is. The whole moderation team is basically people outsourced from countries such as Sudan, Egypt, and who aren't basically paid well by Roblox, so therefore won't even take their job seriously. The files were literally left up on the site for long enough, even after strenuous community interjection and multiple videos being like, hey Roblox, this person's a pedophile, they still keep them up. Like, Fave is still on the platform today, yada yada yada, you've heard this already. So what basically makes the Roblox developer Usering feel that Roblox moderation will actually deal with the sexual degeneracy on his own game? Does he not know what happened to Alex Neutron? I thought people would have learnt with Alex Neutron's case that you can't turn a blind eye to the degeneracy happening on your own game. And anyway, it seemed for a whole 2 weeks Usering just ghosted everyone about the situation. And guess what? The person who actually whistle blew the situation, who made the document, got eventually banned for leaking logs. And still at that time, nothing moderation wise was actually done. The person who made the document basically exposed how people were falsely getting timed out for talking about the situation. And in a response, he basically got banned and all his permissions revoked. Well, that was until the document started gaining some traction and a lot of backlash started culminating against Usering, and they basically pushed out a flawed flagging and reporting system in which they established, in which didn't exactly even punish offenders. Literally all it did was flag them. So basically the users could still engage in more degeneracy and get away scot-free with getting no bans. And this was more or less just Usering's incorporating this because he was gaining a lot of backlash for doing nothing up until this point. However, at the day of writing this script, about the 29th of November, it seems moderation is back in the game again. Sure, some bad avatars are still in the game bypassing this, but perhaps today marks the beginning of the end for the degeneracy in the Robloxian high school community, and obviously preventing a Meep City 2.0 from taking place. But it suffices to say that this video needed to be created to warn other Roblox developers of what negligence can do to your game, and how you need to be responsible for the player base that you cultivate. But anyway, thank you for watching. A document detailing the situation will be linked down below, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're happy about this outcome. And obviously this video is not intended for hate, harassment, cyberbullying, or anything like that. This is just an educational video going over the entire situation as a whole. And also make sure to watch my other videos too, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Also would like to give some recognition to my main man Parlo. He makes amazing